And a good Thursday to you. The Mariners got out to a 2-0 lead early on Arizona, but it all fell apart in the sixth inning as the Diamondbacks completed a 3-game sweep of Seattle Wednesday. Jorge Polanco put Seattle on the board in the first, and Donovan Solano hit his first home run of the season to put the M's up 2-0. But then came the sixth, and former Mariner Eugenio Suarez, in that sixth inning with the bases loaded, he unloaded them with his third grand slam of this season, and Arizona went on for the 5-2 win.
Little flare inside out, and it drops into shallow right field. It works for an RBI base hit for Jorge Polanco. Now the Mariners take an early 1-0 lead.
Polanco hunting his bat sort of in and out of the strike zone kind of quickly there. The exit velocity, not going to really impress anybody with that one. 66 miles per hour off the bat, but a really nice job of coming through with the hit with the runner on third base.
Down the line, left field, Donovan Solano's first as a Mariner. Home run #1 for Solano.
I was talking to Seitzer about Donovan Solano because he's had really good at-bats lately. I said, what is he doing? He said, he's just getting back to being Donnie Barrels. He's starting to square up the baseball. We've seen a lot up the middle into right field. Good to see this home run to the pool side.
Suarez hits a high fly ball way back, and it's gone for another Gino grand slam. That's his third this year. We know it's Gino and it's 4-2. He homered twice against his former club in Cincinnati, and now a big one. The former Mariner gives the Diamondbacks the lead. 8th career grand slam and his third this year. Pavin hits one high in the air. It's going to back up more all the way to the wall, and it's gone. The Bats have come alive in the sixth, and it's 5-2. Number 5 for Pavin. His first home run since April 22nd.
Now the drought is over. Oh my, got an off-speed pitch inside part of the plate, mid-thighs. Dylan Moore went back on that ball like he might have a play on it, but easily clears the wall out there.
2-2. Got him. Diamondbacks get the 3-game sweep. They get back to 500 on the year.
Oh, what a good series, and a big part of this series, or the success for the Diamondbacks in this series, was controlling the Major League home run leader, Cal Raleigh. He was 2 for 13 in this series with 2 singles.
Manager Dan Wilson is very disappointed in a 1-5 road trip, but is confident his club can bounce back.
Yeah, rough way to lose it today. Rough stretch for sure. This has been a tough one. Time to regroup. Take a day tomorrow and be ready to come back Friday back at home. This is a team, as we've said before, has been resilient. They do what they have to do to bounce back, and that's what we're going to have to do starting on Friday. It's been, I think, a stretch where baseball has kind of bitten us a little bit, and we just haven't been able to get those situations and take advantage of them, whereas we were able to do that earlier in the year. But that's what makes this game so great in a lot of ways, is that we can bounce back from it. We will, and again, it's just gonna take some flushing this down and coming back on Friday ready to go.
Seattle has the day off today and returns home to host Cleveland tomorrow night at 7:10. That'll be on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Mariners' loss combined with an Angel 6-5 win over the Athletics puts the M's in L.A. in a tie for second place in the American League West. They're both 4 games behind Houston after the Astros beat the White Sox 10-2. Minnesota got by Texas 6-2. Things looked good for the AppleSox last night as Wenatchee built a 6-0 lead, but Kamloops would have the last say, however, winning it in 10 innings, 9-6. Wenatchee scored 6 runs in the second, bringing 10 men to the plate, highlighted by Henry Henkel's 2-run single and Cade Martinez's 2-run double, but the Northpaws kept pecking away, and from there they scored 6 runs over the next 7 innings to tie it with a run in the 9th, and then scored 3 in the 10th for the win. I was with Brandon Schmitten here on the call on the NCWLIFE channel.
Ooh, this is a hard hit ball. That's going to bounce and almost get away from the right fielder. Rounding third, heading for home, and scoring on the RBI single is Noah Fields. AppleSox up 1-0. Well, minor leagues, they didn't go to all electric
I don't believe strikes.
Pitch here is ball 4, so another run's going to score for the AppleSox. Quincy Marlboro give him a RBI on the bases loaded walk. 3-2 pitch again on the way to Henry Hinkle, and it's hitting the center field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score for sure. Rounding third, they're going to try to score 2. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. No throw home. 2-run score. Hinkle puts the AppleSox up 4-0 so far, and responsible for those behind him on the base pass. This pitch swung on a hit hard to the left field, and that's going to go over the left fielder's head. Rounding third and heading for home is Marlboro, right behind him and holding at third base. No, they're going to wave him home. Here comes the throw. The slide is safe. 2-2 count to Hall. Runner at third, and the pitch swung on, and this is going to drive in the first run for Kamloops on a base hit to right field, and Brady Bean misplays it again out there. Pitch on the way. Swung on and grounded to the left side, and that's going to go off the third baseman's glove and going to go trickling into foul territory. Everybody's running, everybody's scoring here. Here comes the throw home, and it is going to be in time.
Got him.
They got him. So 2 runs score. The third attempt is thrown out.
If I was
KP is even with the bag at third right now. And the pitch by Young swung on and a fly ball to center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. 1 run is going to score, and they're going to try to score 2. The throw from the center fielder is cut off by the first baseman at the mound. So 2 runs are in on the 2-run single by Drew Schmidt, reaching down for the first pitch that came to him and drilling it right to center field. It is a 1-run ball game. Joe Skyleman in relief trying to shut it down here. Pitch on the way. Swung on and a fly ball to right field. That's going to get out for a base hit. Runner from third is going to try to score. The throw is dropped by the cutoff man, and the run will score. The game is tied at 6-6. So struck out 3 times. This pitch swung on, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs, and the ball gets past the center fielder momentarily, and Kamloops is up 2 runs here in the 10th inning, 8-6.
When we first started out the game, they were swinging at a ton of pitches and swinging and striking out maybe, but
another run's going to score on an RBI. Brady Bean whips that ball home, but it was up the third baseline. And so now 3 runs are in here in the 10th. Our production assistant, my lovely and talented, much better half, Marion Granstrom. Thank you, Marion. I know she's would love to sharp things in her eyes right now. Pitch here swung on, and this could be the final out. It's a sky-high fly ball to center field, and that'll be it. And how about Kamloops? They come all the way back here and knock out the AppleSox by a final of 9-6.
Camden Bates had 2 hits in his debut for the AppleSox, while Cade Martinez drove in 3 runs. The 2 teams play the rubber match of that 3-game set tonight at 6:35. Bellingham moved into first place all alone in the WCL's North Division with an 8-5 win over Bend. Victoria hammered Nanaimo 14-5. Kelowna edged Edmonton 3-2. Portland improved to 11-0 with a 9-4 win over Walla Walla. Corvallis earned its 2nd win of the season, downing Springfield 13-3. Ridgefield took down Yakima Valley 5-1. Marion Berries beat Cowlitz 4-2, and in a non-league game, Port Angeles beat the Seattle Gumbaroos 7-2. NCWLIFE will be out at the ballpark again tomorrow night for game 1 of a 3-game set with Port Angeles in town at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Join me and Brandon Schmitten for the call, starting with our pregame at 6:30 here on the NCWLIFE channel. That's a check of sports news. Have a happy Thursday.